Yeah. I
All right,
gotta work tomorrow. I gotta work Friday. I gotta work Saturday. I gotta work Sunday. I'm like,
money,
yeah.
money, money. And hello there, everyone, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is the DOUG here once again. I am at the new location, and this is the first pick show we're doing at the new location. Of course, I'm not alone. I have everyone's favorite 49er fan, Mr. Dave.
What up?
And then, of course, we have everyone's Packers fan who didn't need to worry about being angry this past week because they want to buy. It is Travis.
Hey, I believe that we will win, okay?
I don't know, man. You guys play the Rams Monday night. I don't know, man.
Hey, we're not like the Raiders, okay?
Well, the Raiders would have won that passing those passing French calls.
Oh, we're going to be talking about all that.
They had to make Baker Mayfield look good.
I know,
well, the
right?
Raiders defense choked, let's be honest on that one. But before we continue, of course, I got to say my side condolences and goodbyes to former Mississippi State head coach. He passed away over the weekend due to a heart attack. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. That's not how I wanted to open the video, but figured needs to be mentioned because it's the elephant in the room. The defensive coordinator has been signed as the new head coach for Mississippi State, though. That was announced earlier today.
Are they still going to play their bowl game?
As of right now, we don't know. I'm going to put.
I was reading they said they were going to.
Well, if they are, I'm sure they're going to dedicate to the former head coach. We shall see. But again, it's all. I don't know. It depends on how the players feel as well, because I know most of them may not want to because of that. But we shall see. But in some other news, though, we do have a few teams who were eliminated from the playoffs this past week because they're stupid. But let's go over the quick recap of games from last week. Of course, Army beat Navy in that game. Thank you, Army.
Oh, and you suck, Navy. You're supposed to be Army, but
for the first time. Well, ironically enough, it was the first time the game's ever went into overtime, and it went to double overtime. So congratulations to them on that. I'll take those two for now on it. So there's that. Of course, let's get to the games this past week. Raiders put a New Orleans Saints and lost to the Rams in the fourth quarter because defensively the Rams played a little bit better, but Raiders defensively in that fourth quarter, particularly at the end, choked it away. They were not the only team who choked away a win this week, though. But again, I think it just proves something we've been saying all year long. Josh, the coach for the Raiders, should be fired. I think this is their curse for not keeping the guy who was the interim head coach who got him to the playoffs last year after Coach Chucky was fired. Speaking of teams who choked, and I'm going to talk about this game real quick because I'm not going to lie, I almost had a fucking heart attack. My Cowboys did beat the Texans, but oh, it was not pretty.
That was not a choke.
No, they cheated. They cheated. The Packers. I mean, the Cowboys should have lost that game.
No. Here's
defense sucked that.
No, here's why I said the Texans choked that game. When it's fourth and whatever, there was like a little bit over 3 minutes left. Why not kick the three at that point? Yes, I know the touchdown probably wins you the game, but the 3-pointer at least guarantees you, hey, Dallas has to get the touchdown to win. I think them going for it on that kind of cost them. And then at certain points defensively, in that final drive that for the Texans defensively, they stopped.
You're gonna like my upset then.
Personally,
all I got to say is when the Cowboys play crappy teams, they play like crap. So I have no faith for them in the playoffs.
Well, I did mention last week that it doesn't matter the Texans' record. Houston's always given Dallas problems. I don't know if it's because it's the in-state rivalry thing, kind of like when it's Jets and Giants playing against each other, or when the Niners play the Chargers, or the Chargers more specifically because they play Rams twice a year, or when they used to play the Raiders back in the day. It seems like record doesn't matter too much. Now, I will give Houston this. They had a good game plan at the beginning, because I don't know if anyone was watching it besides me. Texans were using a two-quarterback system. They kept switching quarterbacks for the first half.
Yeah, no.
So I think that kind of what hurt Dallas in that game because they didn't know who was going to be passing the ball.
No, that defense is just overrated.
No, you're a Cowboys fan. You're a Cowboys fan, all right? I mean, you take something. I was reading something on Facebook. Someone at work was like, Christopher Crafty sucks ass. Tony Pollard's better. So who do you think is better? Oh, you're a Cowboys fan. Come on.
Between McCaffrey or Pollard?
I was in a whole argument on that on Facebook. And
Here's the thing.
My Kobe was talking about. He's like, "Oh, Tony Pollard's the best." Like, no.
If I'm picking, I'd probably go with McCaffrey. But if he's healthy, that is the one thing that's hurt him a lot in his career. He's always been injured prone.
Yeah.
But I would say I would like to have both of them. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably have McCaffrey, just because he's harder to hit. Plus, he is a starting running back. Pollard is not. But Pollard hasn't been injured, so there's that thing that helps Pollard a bit. He doesn't get injury.
Is that what I've been using? Is Pollard more than Elliott? Elliott's still injured from that leg?
No, Elliott's not injured. It's just I think they're doing a 1-2 punch. Unfortunately,
no, Elliott just sucks.
Well, I will say this: Elliott's kind of going down, and unfortunately, proves the one thing with running backs: they have a short shelf life.
Oh, and my answer to McCaffrey and any Cowboys running back, it's McCaffrey by landslide.
All right,
but Pollard's been playing good this year. I think we can't deny that. Pollard's been one of the best things for Dallas's running game. Dallas did win. I was happy, but I'm going to say this: hopefully, that was just a fluke thing where we underplayed and played like our competition. I know Pittsburgh's done it multiple times throughout its career, which we're going to get to Pittsburgh in a little bit because Mike Tomlin might do something he's never done before. Speaking of that,
can we talk about y'all getting T.Y. Hilton?
Yeah, fuck that.
Okay, there was a reason why we got T.Y. Hilton, and it's mostly
because y'all's wide receivers suck.
Well, no, that's not it. I mean, I like our receivers, but they're not bad. Well, OBJ's the problem. OBJ's already said he didn't want to play in the season, and now it looks like he doesn't want to sign with any team till after the Super Bowl. So, all the hype that all these...
his knee's so bad, nobody wants to take the chance on him.
Well, isn't T.Y. always injured too? Why would you take? Ain't he always injured?
Yep.
He's usually injured too, but it didn't cost as much money.
He's old.
Remember, he's not the only wide receiver. He's not the only old wide receiver. Remember, Bortles got an old one too.
Yo, you hear about Cole Beasley?
Yeah. I just come back to the Bills.
No, I did not hear.
Rousey come back.
I did not hear about Cole Beasley. What happened?
He's signed with the Bills.
In the practice squad.
Well, that might help the Bills, at least receiving core.
So Grout might come back too then, for the Buccaneers then.
Don't do that
Jerry
to us.
Rice, come back. Jerry Rice, Tony Romo, come back.
We're enjoying Brady being terrible. Moving on, though. Ravens beat the Steelers. I was kind of shocked by that, but granted, I will say this.
Barely.
Thank you.
Barely.
Thank you, Ravens.
Barely.
But
yeah, barely.
Yeah.
Ravens lost their quarterback. I think he's playing again this week, though. Lamar Jackson's still out. Kenny, he got took out in the game, and then when Tavitsky went in, when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, Steelers are losing this. Tavitsky can't do anything right.
Got out?
He got injured, remember?
He got a concussion.
Oh, concussion.
Yeah, so that's why the Steelers lost pretty much, because Davinsky had to go in, and he just threw 3 straight interceptions in the red zone. That killed the Steelers' chances there. Steelers
I think 2 of them were in the end zone.
2 of them were in the end zone, yes. One was outside the end zone.
How did Taylor Huntley do? He did okay?
You mean the Ravens quarterback for the game? Yeah, he got injured with a concussion, so they had to go to the third-string quarterback for Baltimore.
Too.
So who the fuck the backup for the Ravens? If the other guy, who the hell the backup?
Some guy I never heard of until that game. I think his last name's Brown.
Yeah, I forgot what college he went to.
Same
I never heard of him.
But Ravens with that win keeps the leading in the division, staying at least ahead of the Bengals. With this loss for the Steelers, though, here's the thing: Mike Tomlin's 1 loss away from having his first losing season.
Good.
So that could happen this week, because Steelers. Who did the Steelers play again this week?
I think it's the Panthers.
No,
it is the Panthers.
Who is it?
It is the Panthers.
Oh.
So there's that. Bills beat the Jets in what was a good old-fashioned barn burner of old school style football, because there wasn't a lot of scoring because of the weather.
Speaking of that, didn't the coach get fired for leaving a guy injured?
Well, Mike White, I'm going to say this, he deserves a lot of credit because he played with bad ribs the whole game. But they kind of didn't have a choice because Joe Flacco played bad, and I think they were still punishing Zach Wilson. Now, Zach Wilson did get announced today that he will be the backup this week for White. But I think it's White's job at this point because he did, even with the injuries, he played well, and he played well last week. It's just, and the Jets can still make the playoffs.
He got speared like 10. He got speared like 5 damn times. He got like speared like ECW speared.
Rhino, go. Bengals beat the Browns. Nothing to talk about there. Cleveland sucks. They're realizing they should have never traded for the quarterback. Lions got the upset over Minnesota, keeping the Lions' playoff hopes alive. Vikings did not win the division this past week. They could win it this week with a win and a loss by the Lions. Granted, the Lions have won 5 of the last 6 games. They are getting hot right now, which is a problem if you're one of these teams in the wild card spot, particularly the Giants.
My coach of the year is Dan Campbell for the Lions. He's doing a good job.
I don't think he's going to get it, but he should probably be up for it if they make the playoffs.
He turned Lions to a good team, not laughing stock like Browns.
Speaking of laughing stocks, the Tennessee Titans proved something I said last week. They were the biggest frauds of the AFC, I think, for the AFC playoff standings because they got embarrassed by Jacksonville. Now, Titans will most likely should still win the division. But I'm going to say this. If I'm playing the Titans in the playoffs, I don't feel worried because the passing game's a joke. The defense really hasn't stopped much of anything. And King Henry, if you neutralize him, Titans can't win.
Yep.
And unfortunately, we saw that this past week, which is freaking hilarious to me. Granted, I didn't have Jacksonville. Dave did. Eagles beat the Giants in what was Giants proving they have more injuries than sense. Giants are still in the playoff hunt right now, but they kind of want to win out the rest of the way. Chiefs kind of got scared by the Broncos. Denver played great. Granted, it does make me concerned about the Chiefs' defense. I know a lot of people said it's probably the worst defense of the teams in the playoffs at this point. Whew, boy. Patrick Mahomes is going to have to step up.
How's Roger Wilson doing?
He's back. He thinks he's back in Seattle.
Yeah, he thinks he's back in Seattle, particularly with that concussion and that bump on his head. Broncos country, guess what? You've been eliminated from the playoffs. So Broncos country, it's not let's ride, it's let's play golf.
No, it's still let's ride.
We may have to, depending on who we pick in that one game between Cardinals and Broncos later. That game's going to be a nightmare. 49ers beat the Bucks easily, so much so they actually switched the games to the Seahawks-Panthers game. Buccaneers looked like a joke. Brady got a touchdown, but it wasn't even to the right receiver because it got bongoed up and went to the wrong receiver. But one touchdown to
Brady lost to a rookie.
I'm going to say
Tom Brady going back to England.
Yeah, I'm going to say this with the Buccaneers, and I know a lot of people may disagree with me on this just because they want to. I'd say of all the teams right now in the playoff hunt, if Tampa Bay makes it, because Carolina could win it. If Carolina wins out, they will win their division and get in. But Buccaneers kind of feel like the frauds of the NFC, which is weird because I would never
still going to be down in the playoffs.
We'll see what happens. But I'm saying just looking at it right now, I would say the Buccaneers and Titans are the same thing. Neither one's a good team, and the only reason they might win their division is because the division's the worst in that particular conference.
Tom Brady lost to a rookie quarterback.
First time he's lost to, I think, the third-string quarterback in his career. First he says hi.
He ain't Mr. Irrelevant no more. He was irrelevant.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
I'm sure Buccaneers wishing they had some more help, but yeah. Seahawks lost to the Panthers. Panthers are looking good now. They're getting kind of hot. Like I just said, if they win out, they will win the division and host a playoff game. Seattle.
Thank you, Panthers.
Thank you. Seahawks can still make the playoffs, but they're going to want to kind of win out the rest of the way to at least stay in that wild card hunt. If they lose this game against the Niners, I believe the Niners will win the division by that point.
Yeah, they do.
Chargers. I don't get it with the Chargers. When they play against teams that suck, they don't show up. But when they play teams they shouldn't beat, they beat them. They beat the Dolphins. Terrell has not looked good the last few games. I don't know what's going on there. But Chargers did get the big upset win that they needed because it keeps them in pace for the wild card. And then Cardinals and Patriots. Oh God, that game was over.
Watch that game.
That game was over.
I was watching wrestling.
That game was over doing the first drive of the Cardinals because Kyler Murray got injured. Not by tackling, by his own stupidity. Tore his ACL. He's done for the year. And by the way, Cardinals, you've been eliminated.
Well, it's back to Call of Duty for him.
Pretty much, Call of Duty. I think he injured himself on purpose for that. So I went 6-7.
Probably.
For the season, I'm 122, 84 and 2. I don't have
Damn.
your guys' season sins in front of me, unfortunately, because with me moving to Bedford, I kind of lost a lot of my papers, unfortunately.
I want 10-3.
All right, 10 and 3.
I went 9-4.
All right, I
I
think
want I'm 116, 76, and that damn two ties,
Ty,
man.
so if my math's correct, I believe Dave is in first. Travis, you should be in second, and I'm in third.
Yeah.
Yay. Going to the playoff standings at this point, though. AFC. Bills are the 1 seed, followed by Kansas City. Bills have the tiebreaker. Baltimore's 3, Tennessee is 4. Your wildcard teams at the moment are the Bengals, the Dolphins, and the Patriots. Chargers and Jets are also 7-6, with Patriots hold the tiebreaker at the moment. Jacksonville and the Raiders are not out of it yet. Same with the Browns and Steelers. They are 5-8. But one loss could really hurt their chances to eliminate them. Colts on life support, though, 4-8-1. One loss there could eliminate them. And Denver and Houston have already been eliminated. And I was wrong. Cardinals are not eliminated yet. I thought they would have been. Yeah. In the NFC, the Eagles are the 1 seed. By the way, they are the first team to clinch a playoff spot. Minnesota 2, Niners 3, and Tampa Bay 4. Your wildcard teams right now are Dallas at 5, Redskins at 6, and the Giants at 7. Seahawks are right behind them, though, but so is Detroit. Green Bay needs to win out to get in and get some help.
We will win.
No, you won't.
Carolina, Atlanta, New Orleans. The only reason they're alive is because the division sucks. Arizona, one more loss will eliminate them. Same with the Rams. Rams would have been eliminated if it wasn't for the win this past week. Bears have been eliminated. Now, with that being said, Houston still holds the number 1 pick in the draft, which I don't think that surprises them, but I think Houston wants that first pick, which good for them. But then it gets a little interesting after that, because I'm pulling it up on my things. My phone, give me a minute. I don't have my computer or laptop here with me. Wait. Yeah, Houston has the number 1 pick, followed by Chicago at 2. But then Denver, who would have the 3rd pick, remember, Seattle has that one at the moment. And then it would be the Rams, but I believe that's the Lions pick, and then 5th would be the Saints at this point. So, hey, Seahawks and Lions fans, you guys can make the playoffs and still get a top 5 pick. Which I'm sure that would make those fan bases very happy if that happens. But let's get to the games we have this week. We have 16 games in total. They're all games on Saturday. And remember, if you want to watch the games on Saturday, you will have to have the NFL Network. So keep that in mind with that. But we're going to talk about the first game. Now, of course, it was announced Seattle's to get top running back Walker back for the game against the Niners. And that is the game we're talking about first. Niners and Seahawks. If the Niners win this game, I believe they win their division. And will be one of the teams.
And we get a playoff.
Well, you automatically will be in the playoffs, winning the division, obviously. Now, Niners can kind of still maybe get the 1 seed, which is a long shot, but the Eagles have to lose out, and then Minnesota has to lose out as well, so I wouldn't hope for that too much. But Niners defense proved to destroy Tampa Bay. And the offense, even with Mr. Irrelevant, or now known as Mr. Irrelevant.
He's injured. He might be out. He's injured too. He might be out. So back up.
How many not? Dude, Lord, the Niners are so banged up. And of course, I know you guys lost. What's his name?
Debo.
Debo. Yeah, he's out for at least this game, at least. So you would think in the games.
He's out for the last game against the Raiders.
Okay, so he'll be out for a little bit. Now, of course, you would think
we got the back of Josh Johnson or something.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that guy.
But here's the good thing for the Niners, though. Your defense is probably the best defense in the NFL, so I don't think it matters who plays quarterback offensively. Nick Bosa, yeah. You got a great running game core, and you do have a good receiving core. But the game is in Seattle. But Seahawks fans, I got something to say. Geno Smith, while he's had a good Cinderella story this year, I don't see you guys winning this one. You know, it's at home. It's a short week, but I think the Niners defensively are just too damn good. And I think the Niners win this game because of their defense. Their defense is that scary.
And we're using a white uniform. We're undefeated in the white uniforms too.
Ah, Of
So
course, we know who Dave's picking. Dave, who are you picking?
the Seahawks. I was
No,
like,
yeah,
no, the
funny.
49ers.
Yeah, you're picking the Niners, Dave. And what
Oh
about
yeah.
you, Travis?
I'm picking the Niners.
Yeah, so we all agree there, us three. And oh, my buddy, Mr. Ramsey, who, by the way, Ramsey, I'm back in Bedford. If you still live in the area.
Gordon
Um,
Ramsay.
no, not Gordon Ramsay, not the chef. He's
Oh,
taking the
yeah.
Seahawks.
What the f?
Upset alert. Oh.
All right,
It's
so
a major upset.
all right, let's get to the Saturday games. Mr. Jones's Colts are on the road this week as they take on the Vikings. Colts coming off I believe, the bye from this past week. Yes, and the Vikings coming off that loss to the Lions. Now, of course, if Vikings win this, they pretty much can guarantee themselves some kind of playoff situation because I don't really think no one wants to be able to catch them. Colts, they look like a clusterfuck. I don't think Jeff Saturday knows how to coach. Matty Ice proving to actually play worse here than he did in Atlanta the last few years. Yes, I know someone's like, well, Doug, the Colts hung in there with the Cowboys. Yeah, that was until the fourth quarter happened. And then the Colts just died. I think Vikings get a bounce back win this week, so give me the Vikings. Mr. Ramsey's taking...
What time is this? What time is this?
1 o'clock on Saturday. Who's calling me now? All right, Travis, you go next. Vikings or Colts?
The good old Vikings.
Hey, Mom.
You know,
Okay, 'cause I'm doing my pick.
I want to do upset, but I don't trust the Colts, so I'm picking Kirk Cousins, the guy who steals money from Minnesota.
He's pissed me off today.
So,
A lot of the games that I love shit.
so Minnesota,
Minnesota.
Minnesota,
I'm trying to ignore him because then he went after
the home of Prince,
facts, not really that
You buddy.
Purple Rain, or what's the song? Little Red
Purple
Corvette.
Rain.
Little Red Corvette. Talk about bloody bloody vagina. Oh.
Alright, how are you and Tim doing? Okay. Tim. Yeah, that's one of the ones that is still holding. He wanted to
How you been doing, Travis?
Finally not sick.
That's good.
play sodas for me.
Glad to hear
How's
you
work?
better.
Yeah, buddy. How's work going?
Oh, busy.
Last week on him, so yeah. But,
They got
Gotta
me.
love it.
you guys have,
Yeah,
what's going on?
yeah.
What's going on?
I mean, it's every 2 weeks. I get paid every 2 weeks, but better than nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. Family mom called. So Travis, you said the Vikings, right?
Yeah.
And Mr. Ramsey's taking the Vikings as well. And Dave,
I mean,
what about you?
like I told, I want to do upset here so bad, but I don't trust the Colts. So Vikings, the guy who steals money from the Vikings, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Thing.
And here's the thing: I've been nice to Kirk Cousins for the most of this year. I haven't really dogged him as much as I've done in years past. So
Hey,
Man, I wanted to so
James
bad
Max
this.
they
I
lost.
wanted to do it so bad this past week, but I'm like, you know what? The loss was not completely on him. I'll be nice. Going to the next game on Saturday, which is at 4:30 p.m. It's Dolphins and Bills, and of course, this is a big game. If Dolphins lose this, they
They're
pretty
gonna,
much.
they're gonna be in 9 inches of snow in Buffalo. So
Yeah.
More snow.
And then the dogs had to have heaters, 55 degrees. Yeah.
There's that, and we know this is a big playoff implication because if Dolphins lose this, Bills will probably win their division at that point. And you know, it won't be official, but they'll have a good big lead over them and the Jets. Bills win this as well, probably helps them strengthen the number one first round. Number one in the AFC because right now they are the first seed. Win here would help them. Even without Von Miller, because Von Miller's done for the year, won't even be in the playoffs. Bills have found a way to win games. You know, I will say this. Josh Allen, can you stop hitting the triangle button to leap over players? Dear God. And I think he likes to do that. I want to put my body on the line and see if I die. So please stop. Don't leap anymore. Just slide. Unless you're going for a touchdown,
She don't know
then
how.
He doesn't know how. That's the problem.
Just slide to the right or the middle.
Slide out of bounds if you have to, but don't do the stupid.
Just don't crisscross. You might break something.
Yeah, you might end up being like a Kai Murray. Now my buddy Mr. Ramsey, he says Bills by 20. Tua gets sacked 4 times. I'm taking the Bills here too. I thought Dolphins would have played better the last few weeks, but Dolphins have disappointed me. It's a cold weather game. I think Tua has not really been in that situation. He's had to play in deep cold because I know he's from Alabama. Alabama's probably never seen snow before in their life. So there's that. Give me the Bills.
Yeah, I got the Bills.
Yeah, I got the Bills too.
No one wants to be risk taking right now on the Saturday games. All right, the last Saturday game, which is at 8:30 p.m. Like I said, all these Saturday games all on the NFL Network. It is the Ravens.
Did we do the Ravens game?
That's the next one we're about to do, actually.
Okay.
Ravens and Cleveland. Cleveland proving that maybe they should have not made that trade to Houston to get the quarterback. Because, yes, I know somebody's going to say, "Oh, it's his first 2 games back." Blah blah blah. Yeah, they've played. He's played like shit. Then now with all the Ravens injuries, they're finding a way to win games. Granted, I will say this. It's kind of like I said with the Steelers game last week. I don't trust Baltimore enough to make this my lock, because I almost wanted to, but I'm like, Baltimore's got injuries. The coaching's been lost games they should have won because they got stupid. I'm taking Baltimore here, mostly A, to make my mom happy because she wanted to kill me this past week when I told her I had the Steelers, and then when the Ravens won, she's not letting me hear the end of it. So I'm picking Baltimore this week, so that way if the Ravens do lose, I don't have to hear her say, well, if Ravens win, I don't have to hear her making fun of me if I had them pick to lose. So yeah, I want to save my ears this week. That's mostly what this is, my own peace of mind on this one. Mr. Ramsey's taking the Browns on this one. All right, so he's going for... Wouldn't be too much of an upset because Ravens are so banged up, though. Dave, who do you got?
I got the Browns.
My mom hates you now.
Because the whole Ravens all injured. Well, Cleveland got an okay offense. You got Mari Cooper that like missing drops, and you got a good running game, and you got the tight end, the David Ojukwu or whatever. So yeah, I'll take the Browns offense over the defense of the Ravens.
Fair enough. Travis?
You know what? I don't want to be on your mom's bad side, so I'm picking the Ravens.
First game, we did all disagree that one.
That's the first one, so that means that will be one of the important games to keep an eye on this week since Dave's on his own.
Yep.
Up next, a game I think a lot of us are not wanting to talk about just because it's from the worst division in the NFC. Falcons at the Saints.
Oh God.
Mariota will not be starting, as we all know. He's been replaced.
I heard he walked away from the team.
I have heard that he may have walked away, that he's taking his bond going home. He's pouring with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Saints.
I heard that his wife gave birth, but that's who fucking knows.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I do know the Saints, though. This game's kind of important in the sense of winner of this keeps the playoff hopes alive in their division. Loser of this one may as well just kiss it goodbye. Unfortunately for the Saints, you can't even tank because you don't own your pick. That goes to the Eagles, if I am correct.
Atlanta,
you know
what's sad?
What's sad?
They got Tyree Matthews, the best cornerback of the NFL, and you're not saying the Saints still sucks ass. Come on now.
Well, I think they're realizing they don't have Drew Brees, and their head coach is not as. I think it's a whole new thing there.
Still. Come on.
Mr. Ramsey saying Saints, the defense is getting healthier. Now, I picked the Falcons here. I don't usually. And it's mostly because of the fact of this.
The running game.
Well, running game a bit, plus the Saints have been so up and down this year with quarterbacks. I've really had a hard time with the quarterback situation. Seems like we don't even know who the quarterback's going to be for next year because they're such in a clusterfuck of that situation.
And ain't this the rookie's first game too, and playing
for
in
the
NFL?
Falcons,
Like
it is his first game. Starting, I believe. I think it is his first one.
Yeah.
So that could play a key factor if you're going to pick the Saints. But I'm barely picking Atlanta, but I'm going to be honest with you. I feel confident with this one. No, this is the only one I don't feel 100% confident besides Baltimore. Baltimore, I would say
I
I'm
got the
probably
Falcons.
60% confident, and Falcons, I'm say I'm 30. But Dave, who do you have, Falcons or Saints?
I got the Falcons.
That's 2 for the Falcons. Travis, what about you? Are you going to go down to the Big
I'm
Easy?
gonna pick the. I'm gonna pick the Falcons.
You're picking the Falcons as well. Up next, now I know that we're talking about this game a little bit early, but this is the Sunday night game. But remember, in Mountain, they don't do the flex scheduler, so there's that. It is the Giants on the road against the Redskins. Yes, I know they're a different name, but I'm not calling them by that name. That new name sucks. I still like the Redskins name better.
The football team.
Yeah, the horse with no name, as we called it last year. Now this game's big importance. That's why it was moved. A lot of people were saying, why was it moved after they tied? This has huge playoff implications. Loser of this one most likely will not make the playoffs. And here's the funny thing. Giants have not won a game in their division. They've lost to Dallas twice. They lost to the Eagles. And they tied with the Skins. So they are not doing well when it comes to in divisional play there. They are in trouble there. Their defense is still banged up for the Giants. Did you not just see what happened to the Giants this past week? I'm taking the Redskins here again. I just feel confident in their abilities more. Heineke's been playing as a better quarterback this year than Daniel Jones. Granted, I will say a lot of the losses the Giants have had, I know some fans have blamed Jones, but I blame more of the injuries on the defensive side of the ball, but that's me. But I'm taking the Redskins at home on Sunday night. Travis?
I got Redskins too.
Oh, Dave's just
I
gonna...
got the Redskins.
Everyone's got the Redskins. Okay, no one's taking the damn... I'm sure Mr. Rams was like, at least somebody... Yeah,
Very good.
Oh, he said Daniel Jones still trash as fuck. Yeah, well, I know he's probably happy we still say Redskins on this network. Up next, ooh, the game that I think everybody's been waiting for because we're ready to get that funeral march going. It's the Steelers and Panthers. If Panthers win this game,
Jesus Christ.
They get to keep their playoff hopes alive for their division. If the Steelers lose, Mike Tomlin will get his first losing season in his coaching career. Mr. Ramsey says Panthers go meow and beat the Steelers. Here's the thing. I kind of want the Steelers to lose this so bad because I want to see Mike Tomlin get his first losing season. I think it'd be fucking hilarious just to see his facial expressions and how the press conference go. So this might be me being a little bit spiteful and a little bit fucked up. So sorry, my buddy Andrew, who's a diehard Steelers fan. But I'm taking the Panthers here. For some reason, that interim head coach has turned things around. They're playing better. It's kind of like how the Raiders were once they had their interim head coach. Raiders were actually able to make the playoffs. Panthers could do the same thing because the division is so bad. We'll see, but give me the Panthers. Travis, are you going to join me with and go with the Kitties? Or are you going to be saying, no, Mike Tomlin's not going to get his losing season yet?
Fuck Mike Tomlin. Give me the Panthers.
Yeah, Panthers too. Fuck the Steelers.
I just realized something. We've only disagreed on the Ravens-Browns game right now. Oh, God. Okay.
Yep.
This is my lock of the week. It's the Eagles at Chicago. Chicago's pretty much eliminated from playoff contention. All at this point, it's like either you're going to win games for your pride, or B, you're going to lose games on purpose so you can at least hold on to that number 2 pick. Eagles destroyed the Giants. Eagles have probably one of the most high-power offenses in the league right now between the quarterback and A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown making the Titans realize, oh shit, we should have paid him that fucking money. So give me the Eagles here. This is my lock of the week. I don't see the Bears. The Bears might be a little bit more competitive than the Giants, but that's like a coin flip. So give me the Eagles easily. Dave?
Oh, yeah, give me the freaking Eagles.
All right, Travis?
Do you really think I'm gonna pick the little Cubbies of Chicago?
No.
Yeah, no. Eagles.
There's a better chance. There's a better chance that hell freezes over. My buddy Ramsey said Eagles fly, teabag the Bears before halftime. Yeah, I expect that game to be over by halftime. Okay, now this game's a little bit interesting now. Chiefs and Texans. And I say that because we just saw the Texans almost beat Dallas. Chiefs defensively really played bad against the Broncos. If it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes, Chiefs probably would have lost that game. Am I taking the Texans here as my upset? Oh, fuck no. I don't have that much confidence in that shit. I'm taking the Chiefs. I think their defense kind of gets better this week, but Chiefs offense is just too high-powered. Give me the Chiefs. Travis?
Give me Chiefs. It's not even a question.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs too.
All right, I know Mr. Ramsey's typing his answer, and I'm sure he's going to be like, Chiefs scalp the Texans by halftime. All right, now this is the one I know I'm going to be on my own here. My Cowboys are on the road. Need the Cowboys to win, but I am no confident in it. Yeah, because that's the funny thing, because Ramsey's a Raiders fan. He needs the Cowboys to win because that hurts the Jacksonville playoff chances and helps the Raiders a bit. But it is in Jacksonville. Jacksonville coming off a good, dominant win over the Titans. They were able to stop the running game of King Henry, which forced Tannehill to pass. Didn't do that well. Dallas kind of looking a little bit shaky after the win against the Texans. Defensively, it looks like they almost laid a goose egg until that final few minutes when they woke up. Offensively, Dak did not play his best game this past week. He had 2 picks. Granted, one of them, I could at least say, okay, tipped off the wide receiver's hand. That happens. Second pick was completely his fault. But that final drive saved the game between mixtures of run and pass. I think for Jaguars to win this game, they're going to have to do what they did against the Titans. Stop the running game of Dallas and force Dak to beat you. Because Dak has shown in the past, when it's on him, he doesn't show up as much as he should. He's not doing Tony Romo things to where Tony Romo, if you force Tony Romo to beat you, Tony Romo got the job done. Dak has not hit that threshold yet, which is a little bit concerning if you're a Cowboys fan, because you want him to hit that threshold by some point. But Dallas' defense should hopefully turn it around. The running game was still doing its job with Pollard and Zeke. Zeke being the workhorse and Pollard doing all the exciting things. They found that 1-2 punch there. You know I'm taking the Cowboys here. I picked them to win every game. I hope they don't lose because I don't know how I'm going to sing a song next week because I don't have a computer or a laptop to do that at my new place. So that would make things a little difficult. But give me the Cowboys here in this game. And Mr. Ramsey, who do you have in the Chiefs Texans? Because you didn't. I think you may have skipped that one. But Travis, are you taking Jacksonville after what you saw they did against Tennessee, or are you going to take Dallas just thinking that Jags will fluke?
You know what, Doug? Nah, Jacksonville's gonna whoop that ass.
So you're taking the Jags.
Yep.
And I know who Dave's taking because he said this was his upset pick. So just say Jacksonville.
Upset pick is that Jacksonville gonna do was Kenny Omega did CM Punk. So that Trevor Lawrence is going to super kick the fuck out of the Dallas defense and offense and everything else. So
it is in land of AEW. Which if the Cowboys do lose this, that will pretty much give Eagles the division. If Dallas does lose this, I'll be honest, I don't think it's going to hurt us that much because we have such a big lead on that 5th seed. We got 10 wins. The next team behind us is at 7. So I don't think it's going to hurt Dallas in that regard if we lose. It will probably say if we lost to Jacksonville, oh God, that's kind of embarrassing. But they've been kind of tough in a lot of their games this year. I think they kind of just get overlooked because, you know, they're rebuilding because of last year's stupidity with their former head coach before he got fired. So, but I think the coach there for Jacksonville, Doug, is doing a good job. It's just going to take a while to fix all the problems.
Let's see how many people picked the Cowboys. Let's see. Damn, they got motherfucking 90% picked the Cowboys and 10% picked the Jaguars.
Probably because they're thinking Jaguars was a fluke last week, but we'll see. And Mr. Ramsey's got the Chiefs. Up next, a game that in week 1 we probably didn't think would mean anything, but now it means everything for playoff implications. The Detroit Lions are on the road against the Jets. Like we mentioned earlier, the Lions have won the last 5 or 6 games. They're getting hot at the right time. The defense is getting better. The offense is actually looking good for the first time in years. Jets, why are they still good defensively? The offense is having some issues, you know, because no one trusts Zach Wilson anymore. Mike White, while he's been playing well and showing his toughness, playing with the rib injury he suffered last week and still played through it. If he goes down, you got to depend on Zach Wilson, which I'm going to be saying this. I don't trust Zach Wilson to save my own life. If I had to choose between Zach Wilson winning me a game or Tiger Woods getting a hole-in-one, no, that's too easy. If I had to choose between Zach Wilson or Kirk Cousins for a playoff game, I'm taking Kirk Cousins. I have more, so that should tell you something right there. Because I'm not the biggest Kirk Cousins fan.
So what about if they sent Watson and Mike White and Zach Wilson? Then who you choose?
I don't. Okay, who are those three again?
I mean, sorry. I said, who would you rather choose, Deshaun Watson or the Zach Wilson?
Can I choose nobody?
No, you have to choose
No.
one. You have to pick one.
I
You gotta pick one.
I choose the coin.
Nope.
I
Yo,
choose.
You got to.
I choose Roman Reigns. How about that?
Oh shit!
Oh, you said it! Yeah,
That's the first time I've said his name. It took that kind of question. So good job there. Ramsey says Lions in Motor City. Dan Campbell crush the Jets and keep the winning streak going. I'm taking the Lions as well. I just think they're right now they got all their pieces going. They're not having a quarterback issue like the Jets are, which I think that's going to hurt them in the long run, particularly next year. So give me the Lions here. Lions go 6 of 7, and I'm going to say this: if Lions make the playoffs, that's going to say a lot about how bad the Giants, the Seahawks, and the Redskins were. But give me the Lions. Dave, who do you have?
I got the Lions, man. The Lions.
Fair
The
enough.
Lions of Detroit.
Now, here's the funny thing before we get to Travis.
Maybe ice in the mornings.
The only two games we've disagreed on was Ravens and Browns and Cowboys and Jags. So, Travis, are you
Yeah.
going to take your division rival, the Lions? Or are you going to take the Jets, Jets, and fly with Mike Greeny?
Hell no! I'm taking the Jets.
You're taking the Jets.
I'm taking the Lions.
Oh, you're taking the Lions. I thought you just said the Jets. Okay, that shows you how bad my brain is.
No, I said hell no.
He said, "Fuck the Jets."
Fair enough. I think
They
the
said
Jets.
it better for me.
That and the quarterback thing. I'm impressed with White, but if Zach Wilson gets put in, that game's over. Up next, it's a game that we all have been dreading on this list. The Arizona Cardinals with Colt McCoy taking on Russell Wilson and the Broncos in Denver. Ugh, my brain.
Can I go first on this?
Go ahead.
You know what? I would rather choose. Who would I rather choose? Colt McCoy or Russell Wilson?
Damn.
So, I'm going with the Broncos.
That's one for the Broncos. Travis?
Damn the Broncos. Can I pick a
Broncos
tie?
country.
No tie. You know we
No,
don't
we
go for
don't do
ties. Here.
ties.
Damn
Fuck
it.
I knew that was going to happen. Keep going, because I just got to...
Give me the Cardinals.
You're taking the Cardinals, all right. Here's the thing. Broncos country, the Let's Ride thing, we've been making fun of a lot this year. Broncos country, it's not Let's Ride. Broncos country, we've been eliminated. Broncos country, we can't even tank because Seattle owns our pick. So there's that. But here's the thing. The one good thing for Denver this year has been their defense. Their defense has played well for the Broncos. So I'm taking the Broncos, so I just trust their defense. And Mr. Ramsey says Broncos and the possibility the most boring game that has ever been played in this century. Yeah, because here's the thing.
Yeah, the game might be 3-2.
Oh God, don't. There's a nightmare for. Because here's the thing. Excluding this past week, Denver's barely averaged not that many points. I think they barely get to 16 half the time. Arizona's just as bad. Neither offense can show up, which is kind of sad when you look at the quarterbacks.
You got Hawkins. You got fucking the guy from the.
You got
Rodney
Wyatt on the defense
Anderson.
for the Cardinals.
I forgot he
All right,
plays for the
so
Cardinals.
the Broncos average 14.9 points a game.
Ouch.
They give up 18 points a game. Arizona has 21 points a game, and they give up 26.
And better words, it's a true clusterfuck.
Yes.
Which I hope, and that's at 4:05. So thank God none of us in this state or anywhere else will have to sit through that shit unless you live in Arizona or Denver. Even then,
I'm gonna see what games are on my TV this week.
Up next, we have a very interesting another game with playoff implications. It is the Titans against the Chargers. Chargers need to win this and get a few more wins, at least lock up a wild card spot. Titans just trying to win their division at this point because they can win their division. But the Jaguars are kind of hard on their tail right now. Colts are kind of still alive in it, and well, Houston's dead. But here's the thing.
Oh God. Oh God.
Dave, what's the news?
Oh, I'm watching on my TV for this week for NFL game. And the Lions on CBS, the Dallas Cowboys in Jacksonville is on Fox at 8 at 1.
Yeah.
And then it's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buccaneers. Oh God.
Oh God. Lions will be a good one, and Dallas will be a good one just to see if Dallas chokes.
Thank God for NFL Red Zone.
I don't even know who we get this week. I'm about to look.
Well, I know I get Dallas in my area again, so I don't know who I get for CBS.
Great.
I think. Well, remember it was supposed to be.
Let's see.
It was supposed to be Redskins at home against the Giants, but that got moved to the Sunday night game. So.
Probably a boring game. Watch it be like the Falcons and Saints.
Season ticket is great, Mr. Ramsey says, and he's also has the Titans beating the Chargers as King Henry racks up 250-plus yards against that terrible run defense of the Bolts. That is the one thing with the Chargers. Their run defense is terrible. I think it's like bottom of the barrel. If it's not 32nd, I think it's 31 or 30th. I know it is near the end of that list.
Oh, God, Doug. Guess who we get on CBS?
What?
We get the Steelers and the Panthers.
Okay, I'll sit through Mike Tomlin losing if Dallas either is getting blown out or blowing out the Jags, whichever one.
And then we get the Cowboys and the Jags at 1.
Like me up here.
And then we get the Bengals and the Bucks.
Okay, so nothing changes there.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, same here.
So here's my thing with this one, Titans and Chargers, though. I think if the Titans would have looked better the last few weeks, I would have picked the Titans, but this is my upset pick. I'm taking the Chargers, so I just feel like maybe they finally figured out their problems and the injury bug's leaving them alone. Yes, I do agree with what Mr. Ramsey said, though. The Chargers' run defense is what's going to cost them to lose if King Henry gets that many yards.
Yeah, this is my upset, too. I upset the wrong one. My bad. I got the Chargers in an upset over the Titans.
You got the Chargers as well. Travis, are you taking King Henry and the Titans? Or are you going to be going, go, Chargers, go?
I'll go with the Chargers.
Damn.
I was really hoping I was the only one on the Chargers boat. Son of a bitch. Oh, well. Moving on. Oh, God, this game. Well, we just saw Tampa Bay get destroyed by the San Francisco 49ers defense to the way it was embarrassing. And the the Buccaneers defense couldn't stop a paper bag. They're now playing the Cincinnati Bengals, who got Joe Burrow, a good receiving core for him, a good running game for the Bengals, and a good defense. Yeah, I'm taking the Bengals, so I have zero faith in the Buccaneers. Unless real pilots are going to come back from the dead and plunge and turmoil over the Bengals, yeah, Bucks ain't winning this. Give me the Bengals.
I got the Bengals, too.
All right. Dave's got the Bengals.
I got the Bengals.
You got Travis has got the Bengals as well, and Mr. Ramsey said his Bucks and his upset pick of the week. So he's going with the Bucks as his upset.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Well, Bucks are not favored, and Bucks have been disappointing this year. I think a lot of people had hope for them after week 1, but then they just been going up and down like a roller coaster. None of the fun one.
See, watch. This is the game Tom Brady's going to pop off for like 400 some fucking yards because he's pissed because they got blown out by a 40.
Yeah.
I'm going to be wrong.
That happens, I'm going to be like, damn, we're San Francisco. Up next.
Or he throw it to the chair. He throw it to break stuff and get away with it.
He might.
He might do that, too. It's always fun seeing him cry and angry, though. That makes everyone feel better.
It is.
You hear about Tom Brady after he lost? He didn't take a shower. He went on a plane ride back, dirty and shit, smelling and shit. He was so depressed.
Only winners take showers, and he's not a winner.
No, he's a cheater.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, this was supposed to be the Sunday night game, but I think they moved it simply because the Patriots don't know how to play offense. It's the Patriots at the Raiders. Raiders came off that heartbreaking loss to the Rams after some very questionable play calling by the coach and their defense kind of choking themselves. Patriots kind of got an easy game against Arizona because Kyler Murray got injured. The Patriots offense finally figured out how to get in the end zone. So, yay. But here's the thing. If you were to come to me and say, Doug, do you still trust the Patriots offensively this year? No. Mr. Ramsey, who's a Raiders fan, like I said, he's got Raiders, Walker, third and Reform coming back, Nate Hobbs and Perryman come back too. Raiders by 10, he's taking. Here's the thing, I know I've kind of been making fun of the Raiders head coaching a lot this year, and like I've said, I would have never hired him. I would have hired the guy who was your interim head coach. That's who should have got it. I don't think too many Raider fans will disagree with me on that one. I think he did a good job. He should have been given the rights to at least coach the team for 2 to 3 years to see what he could do as a real head coach instead of interim. But I just don't trust the Patriots offense enough. So give me the Raiders to win this one and keep their playoff hopes alive for this week. So Raiders, black and silver, don't let me down this week. You let me down against the Rams last week. Don't do it this week, or else I will rain hellfire on your coach. Travis?
Give me the Raiders.
Hey, that's... So, Dave, are you going to be joining us on Raider Nation?
Fuck the Raiders, no. Let's go with cheaters. I like cheaters. Let's go with cheaters. Let's go with the cheaters.
The TV show Cheaters is good. Mitch had coaches who we had interviewed but didn't hire for some reason. Yeah, I would have hired. I don't know why they didn't hire him. I would love to have gotten the process of the Raiders organization. Like, why did you hire this idiot? Why did you hire Josh? He's an idiot.
I don't trust Derek Carr with my pinky. I don't trust Derek Carr with nothing. No.
I don't. Well, Carr's not a bad quarterback. The problem is,
I'd rather go with Mac Jones, who likes drinking beer and smoking. I'd go with him.
Carr's not a bad quarterback.
Yeah, but then he yelled at Matt Patricia. I was like, oh, you start running the fucking ball because they have no running game.
Yeah, Patriots have no running game whatsoever. I think they're like bottom of the barrel for
running. You know what? No. I want to switch that. I don't know. I don't know, man.
I already put you down as the Patriots. You're stuck with it.
Yeah, I'll stick to Patriots. Yeah, I'll stick to Patriots. Yeah.
Now we get to the Monday night game, which, oh boy, is it interesting now. Baker Mayfield is officially starting the game for the Rams as they take on Green Bay.
This is my lock of the week.
Oh God, that's not reassuring. Both teams need this game to win to keep playoff hopes alive. Loser, this is probably out, if we're being honest here. So this could be Aaron Rodgers' last game of the season if the Packers do lose. Rams are playing kind of with house money because no one's expecting them to win. Baker Mayfield's just still learning the system. I believe Cooper Kupp is still out, and I don't think they're going to put him back in because the playoff chances are very slim. I think Donald on the defense is still out as well. I mean, Matthew Stafford's pretty much just going to be done for the year. So they still have all those injuries. Yes, they got by the Raiders, but you can make the argument the Raiders lost that game more than the Rams winning that game. Packers, they got Aaron Rodgers. It's hard to bet against him, even when they're having a bad year, because sometimes they do show signs of brilliance, like when they beat the Cowboys.
He's a bad man.
But then their offense disappears the next week. Or their defense disappears the next week. It's like they can't just have both of them be good at the same time for the Packers.
True.
And Travis is the Packers fan. So before I get to my pick, and before Dave gets to his pick, Travis, you get the floor.
You know what? This is my lock of the week. Like Dave said. Do we all trust Baker Mayfield? Was last week a fluke?
I think
probably.
So. I think so.
Give me the Packers by at least. I mean, Big Jim's a yes. One of the best corners in the league, they say. But the Packers are going to win at least by 10, hopefully. And like I said earlier, I believe we will win. Packers.
Travis has got the Packers. Mr. MC's got the Packers. Ref's not called holding on Max Crosby because the Raiders that game. I was waiting for you to mention that so getting back to that Raiders-Rams game real quick. That should have been called. Why the refs did not call it, I don't know. I don't know if A, they purposely missed it, B, they're stupid because I know the human element. But I will admit, that was one of the games I will say officiating played a lot in that game, and I was not happy about that. We know I hate the officials.
And the Raiders should have won that game if it wasn't for those damn flags.
Yeah, there was a lot of bullshit flags that got called or flags that should have been called that were not for whatever reason. So I will agree there. Raiders kind of got hosed by the refs. Now, with that being said, Dave, this is your lock of the week as well. Are you going to be
Oh
going
yeah.
to that 70s show and joining Green Bay?
You know what? There, you don't bet against Aaron Rodgers if you're like dependent on it. You bet with Aaron Rodgers. If you want to be held hostage and Aaron Rodgers had to throw a Hail Mary to save your ass, he would do it in a heartbeat because he's that kind of guy. He got that undercover cop looking. So you know what? I'm picking the Packers by a field goal.
Okay. I can see it happening.
Fair enough. All right, so now it gets to me. You know, and I give credit to Baker Mayfield for what he did, you know, being on the team for 2 days last week. Leads that drive. Yeah, there were a lot of questionable bullshit calls, but I still give him props on that because very short time.
And what are they playing at? Limbo?
They are playing in
Limbo?
Green Bay.
Yep.
And it's
Retired
hard to, it's
NFL
hard to
ref
play in
said they
Limbo.
missed 8 would have been sacks on Max Cosby. Not a surprise. Here's the thing. I mentioned all the Rams injuries, but like I said, they got by the Raiders with some help, a lot of bullshit help from the ref ball there. Do I really go with Baker Mayfield and him pulling off the magical upset again and showing that he's not as bad as people make him out to be? Hell no. It's in Green Bay. It's a cold weather fucking game. Packers playoff hopes are on the line here. Yes, the Rams are too, but Packers need it more because I guarantee you, if Packers lose this, Aaron Rodgers is like, you know what? I'm not playing the rest of the way. I have nothing to play for. Jordan Love, go fuck yourself. Now, here's the interesting thing. Jordan Love, there's rumors that he might want to be traded after this year because he's not getting game time. I think that's a bad thing.
No, also because his rookie contract's up at the end of the year.
That too. I think that's a bad thing. I think if I'm Jordan Love, stay in Green Bay because you know when Rodgers retires, you will get the starting job.
He's trash.
Well, he is trash, but I would like to see what he can do a few games instead of just going in the middle of a game or one replacement. I'd like to see a stretch of games.
Nah.
I know I'm way out. Because here's the thing. If you don't want Jordan Love at this point, and you know Rodgers is going to retire at some point, if not at this season, the next season, you're going to have to find a replacement quickly. And unfortunately, you're not getting as lucky as you did when Brett Favre retired and Aaron Rodgers landed in your lap in the draft. So, Packers, I'm taking you to win, but I will say this. If Packers lose, I don't expect Aaron Rodgers to play the rest of the way this year.
Well, I don't either, but we're still not going to keep Jordan Love next year.
If you guys don't, I would love to see what you guys do with quarterback, because I don't think there's that many free agents available. Unless somehow I know the
when that time comes, I have a suspicion who they might go for. It's not going to be free agent. It's going to be a trade deal.
Trade deal. Okay, who do you think you guys would trade for?
I hate to say it's probably going to be fucking Derek Carr.
Right,
He's just going to go play with the Raiders, and he's going to go back with Devontae Willis. You know.
Fair enough.
But
Mr. Ramsey says Packers should have kept Ben Cut as the backup. Love is trash. Yeah, because ain't that too many. I mean, Cole might get traded. I know Saints might trade one of their quarterbacks. Granted, I don't think I'd want either one of their 3 quarterbacks. Except
James Winston?
It's either Winston, Andy Dalton, or the other guy, Hill. But
we used to have Taysom Hill.
Oh, that is right. Since the Saints, he's still at the Saints gave him all that money. Andy Dalton probably be available, but
Nah.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's going back to New England.
Yeah, I don't think Packer fans would be okay with getting Brady. I think most Packer fans would burn down the stadium.
Jimmy G be available.
But yeah, I think Brady's going back to New England. He's going to retire as a Patriot. I think he just wanted to prove a point when he went to Tampa. I mean, because the other thing, if you guys don't do a trade, you probably have to go through the draft. But whichever way it goes, I think Green Bay is going to be one of those teams we see in the next few years that's going to be rebuilding, and it's going to be a very rough few years. Kind of like the Rams are doing now.
That was a fluke.
Yep. Derek Carr has a no trade clause, so he ain't going anywhere.
He can
always say
take
he
the no
approves
trade
it.
clause out if he's not happy.
Kind of like how Russell
Yeah.
Wilson approved the trade to Denver.
Yep.
Now, of course, let's take a look at Week 16 real quick before we go. Thursday, Week 16, it's Jaguars and Jets. Of course, remember, next week is Christmas, so keep that in mind. Here are your Saturday games next week. Falcons at Ravens, Lions at Panthers, Bills at Bears, Saints and Browns, Seahawks, Chiefs, Giants, Vikings, Bengals, Patriots, Texans, Titans. Dave's important game, 49ers at home against the Redskins.
Yep.
Eagles at the Cowboys Saturday at 4:25, and then Saturday night it is Raiders at Steelers, which will have huge playoff implications, at least for one of these teams, if not both.
Damn. You're going to be seeing back-to-back weeks, Doug.
Yep. As far as for Sunday games, now I will say this: this is where we're not getting any games flexed because there's a lot of games on Saturday next week because of Christmas. Your 3 games on Christmas Day, God help us all: Packers and Dolphins. That will be a good game.
Oh, we won that.
Broncos at Rams.
Here we go. Oh, what the
Oh God.
I'm taking a nap that part of the day.
And your Christmas, I think, yeah, next Sunday's Christmas, isn't it? It's a Christmas Sunday night game. Buccaneers at Cardinals.
Oh God.
And your Monday
What
night
the heck?
game is the Chargers Colts to finish off the train wreck.
Wow.
So just
Is there
know
a Thursday night game this next week?
Jaguars and Jets. That would be a good one. So pretty much just know this, guys. Next week, Thursday will be a good game, and all the good games are on Saturday. Because Sunday, excluding Packers Dolphins, which will be interesting, just because depending how the Packers play this week. Broncos Rams, no. Buccaneers Cardinals, no. And then next Monday, Chargers Colts, Week 16, no.
So we're not even going to watch Monday next week.
Nope.
I might watch Chargers Colts just because I don't want to sit through the Roman Reigns family hour.
Hey, you got to be Uzi.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I'd
Uzi.
rather be dead instead of an Uzi.
You don't want to be an Uzi?
Oh,
No.
we play Thursday too.
And then Thursday,
Cool.
Week 17, Cowboys and Titans on that Thursday. Your Sunday night game.
Ooh, 3 losses. Ooh, maybe 3 losses in a row, Doug. Damn.
One could wish.
I'm going to laugh if that happens because then it's like, we're still holding on to a wild card spot, but it
Damn.
won't be pretty. Again, I think we'll beat what Eagles will. I'm not confident, but hopefully as long as we beat Jags and Titans, because we play the Redskins at the end of the year, I think we'll probably win that one. I hope. Your Sunday night game.
Raiders. We played the Raiders.
All right, I will say
Played
this:
it
your
also.
Sunday night, looking at Week 17, I'm expecting a flex because the Sunday night game in Week 17 is Rams and Chargers at the moment. So let's take a look at the Sunday schedule for Week 17. Cardinals and Falcons, no.
We got Minnesota.
Steelers, Packers, the Steelers, Ravens, that could be switched. Bears, Lions, no.
It might be
Jaguars,
Raiders and
Texans, no.
49ers.
That could if the Raiders are still in playoff contention. And Vikings and
No,
Packers could get moved.
yeah, that might
Vikings,
get moved. If we're in playoff contention.
yeah, Vikings and Packers could be moved if Packers are still in the hunt. Jets and Seahawks could be moved to
'Cause
the
that's in
Sunday night
Lambeau.
game. Oh, if it's in Lambeau, yeah, they'll pick that over anything else. If it's in Lambeau, Packers still in the hunt.
It is. It is. It
Yep.
is. It is.
And well, no, here's one that we're not thinking of that they could move to that Sunday night game in Week 17: Panthers and Bucks, because that would be for the
No.
division.
Maybe.
No. They won't do that to Carolina because Carolina's a small market.
Oh yeah, that's right. Granted, I'd rather sit through that and see.
What's the
Brady-
Sunday night?
Week 18.
What's the Sunday night game for that week? No, 17 right now.
17 is Chargers and Rams. In Los
Yeah,
Angeles.
let's switch that.
Well,
Well, I don't know
both
because
of
you got to think it's 2 LA teams with a new stadium though.
Yeah, but Rams ain't in the Rams are already going to be out of the playoffs by that point, and Chargers they'll still be in the hunt. But I don't know if they would want to leave that game.
That's true.
Because I'm sorry, if you were to tell me that's the game I got to sit through Week 17, nope. I'm going to go watch. I'm going to go watch Vince Russo WCW in the year 2000.
Damn.
But at least we get a good Monday night game to end the year on Week 17. Bills at Bengals, which will decide a lot of the seeding for the AFC. But
Yep.
Week 18, Looking at it right now, because we don't know the Week 18 Sunday night game at the moment, I know Madden has it as Ravens-Bengals. Which, looking at the games we have...
That
for
might
week
stay because of the division.
Division, yeah. I'm looking at Week 18. The only games I think it will be is either that one because of the division. Lions and Packers maybe, because if both are still in a playoff hunt, Cowboys, Redskins, playoff implications unless Dallas is already in by that point. Because remember, Dallas already has 10 wins, so I think like if they get 1 or 2 more wins, they'll be in automatically. So
Damn, they're going to be the highest 10 or 11 win playoff team to fucking choke in the first round.
I hope Dallas, when Dallas makes the playoffs and they don't choke in the first round, I'm gonna be going after Stephen A. Smith more.
What was their record last year? What was last year? Was they like 11 and like
11 or 12, I think.
Yeah, Dallas. Yeah, Dallas got destroyed by the Niners a bit. I'm hoping we've learned from that game.
The ref cheated. The ref cheated.
They just forgot. They had to give the ref the ball.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, now they've actually make a point about saying that in every game. But remember to hand the ref the ball. It's like funny how they'd never mention that until now. After Dallas did it.
Thanks, Dallas.
That makes me wonder how many times. That makes me how many times the ref hasn't been handed the ball and the refs didn't give a shit.
I mean, I hate to say it. The only team I see right now in the NFC that could beat the Eagles is probably the 49ers, just because of that defense.
That defense, but then it's the offense that's the question. I would say because of quarterback and injuries.
A guy named Brock won the Super Bowl? You mean a guy named Brock won the Super Bowl?
Well, I'm saying injuries. That is the one thing that may hurt the Niners offensively. Buffalo. Yeah, at this point, I'm looking at the AFC. It's between Buffalo and Kansas City. I don't really see any other team being a threat. Maybe the Bengals, but it's a three-team race there.
I kept seeing in the beginning of the season, everyone kept saying Bills and 49ers Super Bowl before the start started. Everyone kept saying 49ers and Bills.
As far as for the NFC,
well, Jimmy G might be back by then.
Yeah, Jimmy G might be back. That's going to be the whole thing: is Jimmy G healthy or not? As far as for the NFC. It's the Eagles to lose because the high-powered offense, and I will say this, we've all seen it. We've seen the team that we all think will easily win as the #1 seed ending up blowing it.
I'm going to tell you, not just saying I'm a Packers fan. Depending who Minnesota plays in the first round, they will lose.
Doesn't Minnesota play like the Giants or some shit at the first started?
No, Giants would actually...
Right. They play the Commanders.
Oh, they'll be playing us.
Well, no, I think in the playoffs, if they make the playoffs...
They play the 7.
Yeah, they're the 7, so they would play, I believe the #2 seed is the Niners, the Vikings. Yeah.
No. Right, Minnesota still got the 2.
2, yeah, Niners are 3. And then Buccaneers are 4. I think whoever faces the Buccaneers will win that game. Because Tampa Bay's really not been impressive.
So there's a chance we could play the Cowboys again in the playoffs in the wild card spot again.
Well, at this point, I think when I looked at the wild card this morning, I think it would be Bucks at home.
Y'all would have
Dallas.
to fall to 4.
Yeah, Niners would have to fall to 4, which I don't think that's going to happen. Tampa Bay's not that good. Which here's the funny thing though, Tampa Bay could still lose the playoffs, not even make it because here's the thing: they play the Panthers in Week 17. And then after that, they play Atlanta. So if they lose both of those games, they're not winning their division.
Tom Brady better go home and retire and cry.
Because
he already lost his wife. He ain't gonna play for it.
His wife got all his rings.
I mean, Week 16 they got an easy matchup against the Cardinals. But if you look, Buccaneers do not have a. Excluding that, what's the okay? Does anyone really have faith in the Cardinals actually beating the Buccaneers in Week 16?
Anything's possible.
Hey,
don't give me that.
Do we think Brock Purdy was going to shock the world and do what he did to Tom Brady? No.
No, but then but we all picked the Niners to win because we didn't trust the Buccaneers' offensive defense.
No, I picked the Niners because of that defense.
Yeah, and
no, I said we picked we didn't pick the Buccaneers because we didn't trust the Buccaneers' defense. Is what I don't think anybody really was going to pick Tampa Bay to win that because the Niners' defense is good and Buccaneers' defense is shit. I mean, I think Bucks should win. Bucks don't really have an easy schedule the rest of the way. I mean, they play the Bengals, and that's this week, and that should be a loss. They play the Cardinals on Christmas Day night. That should be a win there.
That's a question mark.
Question mark, but I'm going to say win. But then they play the Panthers in Atlanta. To be honest, for me, and this is why I said Tampa Bay's the biggest fraud right now since they have their division. Tampa Bay has to win 3 out of the next 4. You would prefer, if you're a Buccaneers fan, to win all 4. I'm going to say this. If I'm Tampa, you really want to hope you beat the Bengals, just in case if you lose to Carolina or Atlanta.
But how many division games has Tampa lost, though?
They've lost 6. They're 6-6, I
I'm
believe.
I'm talking about
6-7.
I thought no, but they only lost what? One division game, and that was Carolina.
Yeah, but that's why everyone said Carolina, if they went out, they can steal the division because they would have the tiebreaker by that point.
Yo, I'm reading something about Aaron Rodgers. That if the Green Bay Packers were to trade Aaron Rodgers, where would he go? The first one they got is the Seahawks.
Why?
Why? Yeah.
I was reading.
I guess Pete Carroll.
Number 2 would be the New England Patriots.
Why?
I think he's just picking head coaches at that point.
Number 3, the Jets.
Number
Number 4 would be the Las Vegas Raiders. And the last one, top 5, would be the motherfucking Colts. Wait, no. San Francisco 49ers.
Nobody wants to go for the Colts, let's be honest. Now, before we go, there's one thing we have to talk about. Now, one thing we all can agree on, the NFL officials don't know what a catch is anymore, right?
Yeah.
Well, apparently it got announced today that the NFL is going to look into it starting maybe next year, and refs are going to have to decide doing instant replay challenges either from the team or the booth of what is and isn't roughing the passer.
Oh God, Clay.
So if you hug him too hard, it's roughing the passer.
Clay Matthew, remember Clay Matthew?
Yeah.
So
He just like bear hugs and tackles you.
Yeah, so get ready for next year if they decide to put it through, that you will see the NFL having to either be challenged by a team or the booth will take a look at it to see if it was actually roughing the passer or not, if they actually approve of this.
I also saw something about with like helmet-to-helmet hits or whatever, that they would do college with automatic ejection, like targeting rules.
Correct. I know, and I know a lot of people in the NFL who may not watch college football, because I know there's some who don't watch college at all. Like, oh, that's dumb. Here's the thing, though. At least because college, remember, there is helmet to helmet, but it's under 2 categories. If it was malicious and actually, he did it to a helmet to helmet, which that's the ejection, or B, if it was an accidental helmet to helmet, like he couldn't move out of the way, or the wide receiver was already going down when the guy was launching at him, and there was no way to avoid it. So I think that's what the NFL wants to do.
With college, it's what the crown of the helmet or some shit?
Crown of the helmet, yeah. If it's crown of the helmet or blatant helmet-to-helmet hit, it's the penalty and the ejection. If it's not blatant, if it was accidental or whatever, it's still the flag, but not an ejection.
Hey, I heard, speaking about college, I heard something funny. They're giving TCU a chance to beat Michigan.
Wow. Yeah, okay.
Just because they said they don't trust J.J. McCarthy and how bad they play in the first half.
I will say this: if TCU wins it, I think every Michigan.
Have they not seen how bad TCU's defense is?
Yeah, TCU's defense does not know how to stop anything. That's why when they win, because the offense gets a lot of points.
Have you seen our defense?
Hey, that running back y'all got, the backup.
Oh,
he's nasty. Yeah.
Blake's out for like a year.
Now,
Blake's out, so.
I know you weren't with us that day because me and Dave that day, because you were, I believe, sick. We went over every bowl game and made every bowl pick, which made the video 3+ hours. Now, we both have Georgia and Michigan going into the championship final. Who do you have?
Well, yeah, that's who I got. Georgia and Michigan.
Yeah, I know. I don't. We did pick other ones that day as well, but I'm not going for that entire video right now to remember who the fuck me and Dave picked. Fuck that. All right, well, that will do it for this week's picks video, guys. Don't forget next week's. Yes.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Dave.
When I go to Rumble, okay, my first layoff when I go to layoff is in Chicago, but when I
Oh.
come back, it's in Detroit.
Oh God.
So
You come up when you go to Royal Rumble?
hell yeah, I'm going.
He's going to the
hell
Royal Rumble in
yeah.
Texas. So
Well,
please,
that's like when we went on our honeymoon. We went our layoff when we were coming. When we were going down to Florida, our layoff was Detroit to Florida.
Yep.
And it was really weird because I'm in there wearing fucking Packers clothes, and I'm getting a death stare by all these Lions fans.
I'm wearing my George Kittle jersey, and I'm gonna go in San Antonio, Texas with my 49er jersey.
well, Dave will be dead.
Oh shit.
We're here in New York or down in Houston. But yeah, anyway, with that being said, before we go, just note, with next week being the Christmas weekend, next Wednesday will be the last video until after Christmas because of the fact that I don't like really streaming doing doing Christmas weekend in this case.
So you say it's after Christmas? We'll be in agreement till next year after the last.
No. Next Wednesday will be the last video I do. After Christmas, I'll be back. So probably.
You know what you do, Doug? You know what you do? If the Dallas Cowboys lose, you got to sing a Christmas song for us.
Yeah.
Well, I've said that's been the deal that would be for this month, but like I said, I don't know how I'm going to do that up here.
No, you gotta sing the Mariah Carey Christmas song.
All
no.
I want for Christmas.
If the first song will still be Frosty the Goddamn Snowman, I just got to figure out how I'm going to do it since I don't have my computer or laptop here.
Oh, and if y'all lose to the Jaguars, you gotta say "Acknowledge Me."
No. Jaguars is AEW. I'll say something nice about. I'll say something nice about the one tag team I hate in AEW.
Who's that? You
Honestly,
excited me, Daddy.
Actually, you just said it. That's the team I hate.
You don't like the Acclaim?
No, I don't like rap, so that's pretty much why I hate them for the most part. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm sure
That's
everyone's
fair.
going to type in, "Oh God." I was mad when Keith Lee and them lost the titles to them. I was like, "Motherfucker! God damn you, Billy Gunn!"
I know, right?
Well, Doug should have just ran you over years ago. But until then, I'll probably be streaming again tomorrow night, guys. Please be safe if you're in Virginia though tonight, because the weather is kind of bad. I know in my part it's rain mixed with sleet. It's going to get colder, so please drive safe if you got to be out.
Snow over here too.
Same in New York as well. Be safe during this time. Please drive safe if you can. If you don't have to go to work, stay home unless you got to go to the store because you need groceries or your bouncing baby children won't shut the fuck up. So you got to give them some kind of special milk that will put them to fucking sleep.
Or I need some beer.
Yeah, just so you could.
And
just because the Packers are terrible.
Yeah.
And people, don't take all the milk and bread. Don't be like, oh, the world is leaving. Yeah, just say something for other people. Be respectful for other people's food. Don't take all the food.
And don't take all the cookies. Santa's got to have them this coming week. Remember, Santa Claus needs his cookies. And by the way,
That fat bastard.
Yep. And if any of you motherfuckers give Santa Claus those sugar-free cookies or carrots or those cookies that you shouldn't feed to anybody because they're freaking disgusting, Santa Claus will come whoop your ass with a candy cane and go fuck yourself. Exactly.
Gluten free. Don't get Santa to like gluten free. He learned the gluten free. So
I'm gonna leave that man.
Oh hell no! If you give Santa Claus gluten-free cookies, he will literally kill you.
I'm gonna leave that man some beer.
He knows where you live.
Santa might need that beer shit because he's like, I gotta drive to the fucking Detroit and Chicago. I gotta go to Richmond. Fuck.
Jacksonville, sucky Jacksonville, and yeah.
I gotta go to Arizona.
Yeah, he said fuck. He had to go to Tom Brady's house. He's like crap.
That's what I was about to say. He's gotta go to Tom Brady's house.
He might steal his. Tom Brady better steal all the kids' presents, yo.
No. Santa Claus is going to Brady's house.
No, Tom Brady.
To see if the ex-wife is there, so to put something under the mistletoe.
Hey, no, Tom Brady probably end up kissing Santa Claus on the lips, just like he does his kids.
He'd be like, Santa, what I want for Christmas is to be back with Bill Belichick.
I gotta go to Kirk Cousins' house too.
Oh God, no, not Mr. Icy. No.
He's gonna be like, look at my change, dog.
He had to go to the Colts with all the Colts players. Poor
Yeah, every
Santa.
time I've seen that video with him, because I just gotta say this, I've seen the video where he goes, the song goes, "I'm so icy." I'm just waiting for the rap group from the Boondocks to say, "Give me that chain, motherfucker."
He's gotta go see. He's gotta go see Jerry Jones in Jerry's World.
Oh God. Now the nightmare food begins. All right, but everyone have a good night. Be safe. We'll see you next week.
Yo, do you see what